Hello YouTube, we are now back. So I have the Noctua NH-D14 mounted in my case, and I'll just go over a few more things with you guys. So basically what I've done here is I've orientated the fans so they're blowing down towards the graphics cards. Now, I don't run my computer with the side panel on ever. I don't care about dust. I'll take my computer out about once a month, take the shop vac to it, and just blow all the dust out. I just find everything runs a lot cooler. Plus, my computer is in another room, so I don't even get to hear this bad boy, which is great. I've got about a 25 meter dual link DVI extension cable going to my monitor, and also another HDMI cable going to my projector, which is in my living room, and this computer sits in a bedroom just off of my living room. So I'll talk a little bit more about the case itself. This is an old school Antec900 case. The case is horrible, absolutely horrible. I've made major modifications. The first thing I did was I took the included 200mm fan from the top, and it was venting all the heat going out the top of the case, so I actually turned that around, so now it's blowing all the air down towards the motherboard, keeping the heatsink and the board nice and cool. I've got another 120mm in the rear, which is again blowing on the heatsink. A 120mm cooling the graphics cards, and another two 120mm fans in the front. As you can see, this is sitting in a cabinet. For my hard drives, I have basically a Kingston HyperX SSD, 240 gigs. For storage, I'm using a 320 gig Western Digital Blue, and then a LG Blu-Ray writer for the optical drive. Couple things I didn't mention in the other video is that yes, I am using two different video cards. One is an Asus GTX 4660 with the direct CU2 cooling fan and heatsink, which is a lot better than what Zotac has provided with their GTX 460. I'm a big fan of this direct CU2 heatsink by Asus. Seems to do the job quite well. So I've got the Noctua in there. Temperature differences between the Noctua and the Tunic Tower are as follows. The Noctua under 1.455 volts, I'm basically hitting about 77 max at 4.7 gigahertz. At that voltage, I can actually hit 4.8. Keep in mind, this is the voltage that I'm setting on my board. When I go into CPU Z, the actual voltage displayed is about 1.32 volts. So I do believe that's just suffering from the V-droop dilemma that a lot of boards are experiencing when overclocking. So basically 1.32 volts, about 77 is the max I get. Ambient temperatures are basically 20 to 22 Celsius. With the Tunic Tower, under the same conditions, my maximum core temperature basically was 85 Fahrenheit. This is running Prime 95, and I like to run Prime 95 for at least 20 minutes. At about the 19-minute marker, I usually see the highest temps that the system will record, even if running for 3-4 days straight. So there you go. Noctua NH-D14 on the MSI Z77 Mpower board. I'm a big fan of this cooler so far. The mounting was exceptionally easy compared to other cooling solutions I've had to mount in the past with these big cumbersome air coolers. I am ordering the third mount fan installation kit from Noctua. They said they're going to send it to me free of charge. Pretty amped up about that. I'm going to try to squeeze another 120 mil fan between the graphics card and the cooler there. So that'll make me pretty happy. A few things I've done with this case is I've modded the heck out of it. As you can see by some of the very rough cuts where the power supply cables are going into the chassis, so I've made some additional holes as well. You cannot see it, but where the main power comes out and the SATA connectors are, I made some bigger holes back there, as well as I drilled a nice big hole right behind the power supply, or the optical drive rather, to get some cables through there. Say what you want about my cable management. This is the best I'm going to be able to get this Antec900 case. This thing was not designed for cable management whatsoever. Also, I put a nice big CPU cutout behind the this CPU socket, so mounting this Noctua was very simple, and I did not have to remove the motherboard. I was really happy about that. So big ups to Noctua for their mounting system. So I'm gonna get this system, just basically run some more tests, see what kind of temps we're hitting. Overall, everything's nice and dandy right now. My CPU will hit 5 gigahertz at about 1.5 volts, 1.55 volts. The only problem I have is I need my computer to wake up from sleep when I shake the mouse or hit the keyboard, since it's in another room. So what happens after 4.7 gigahertz is my computer will go into sleep in, let's say, 4.8 gigahertz, and it no longer wants to wake up, even though I can run it prime stable for 3 or 4 days. I've contacted MSI about this issue. They have not yet responded to an email I sent them, so I'm kind of looking forward to see if they have anything to say to me on this issue, or whether or not perhaps we can get a fix in the next BIOS implementation. However, I've been able to push this CPU 5 gigahertz, running prime for about 12 hours. I would not consider that stable whatsoever. My temps were way up there. We're talking 88 to 95, so very high temperatures. So not something I would suggest on a daily usage scenario, but nevertheless, it's always fun to experiment. These parts are not going to last forever. You may as well have fun with them while you got them. And I'm a big fan of lots of volts to the CPU, and I don't care about CPU degradation over time. It really doesn't bug me. 4 to 5 years, I'm probably going to upgrade the CPU anyways. I'm very happy with the i5 2500K. It's perfect for everything I do. So there you go, video 2. Hope to bring you more. NH-D14 on the MSI Z77 Mpower, doing its thing.